Wait, this has a higher win ratio. I guess it makes sense than Windmade Rock. Wait, what? Where's Windmade Rock? Oh, it doesn't. It's not played. So we need to look at all users because it makes sense that Windmade Rock is better. I remember Flame Technique is good, but it's actually a pretty random card, so it isn't winning as much as people think. It's actually pretty low, huh? Actually, it's a pretty medium card when you think about it, but yeah, it does win games. No, more do it for the entertainment. Also, people like to watch that. But I think data makes limited less interesting in general. And basically, what data just does is when you get into an argument with somebody, they're like, "Oh, data this and this." Whenever it backs their argument, but when it doesn't, they are quiet. So it just makes for a less dynamic conversation about limited. This was usually such a trap, but I cannot really take a white card, right? Like I could go here. Because the issue is that all the white decks are really relying on creatures. Like our last deck wanted to play End Hostilities, for instance. Watcher is, by the way, really good, and Absent Charm is really good. What's like you guys can tell me on a win ratio on that. This is also a really important card. I usually used to pass it back in the days when I drafted on GPs, but there are decks that want to play it. They're not like they're a little bit out of the ordinary. So I'm kind of tempted to take the charm. Maybe I should take it. And we need to draft like a more controlly deck. Because abs and also, and obviously we get these two, which don't fit with that at all. Like probably taking that because it's a better fit still. We're probably gonna move away from it if we draft this sort of deck, because you cannot play a board wipe and a go white deck. That just doesn't work. This is still a solid defensive card either way. Because a 3 mana 2/3 wouldn't even be bad in this format. When I was drafting this at the GP, I actually had this opportunity to take the End Hostilities. I always pass it because we came to the conclusion that it was better not to pursue it. It does fit some decks though. I'll take Charm now. To both. I mean, Jeskai wants End Hostilities often. Like then we need to Treasure Cruise. Like we don't need to play Charm. Jeskai Charm is also really good, by the way. Absent Guide. Well, don't need Absent Guide. I think Absent Guide is slightly overrated. It's still good, obviously. I think I want to draft Jeskai, especially if Elder goes so late. With a lot of Treasure Cruises, I'll play End Hostilities. Not as good as Seeker, though, but yeah, I mean, if this fits somewhere, it's definitely the best in like a Jeskai build where you can complement this with card advantage. In Absent, it's awkward because there is not as much card advantage, and a lot of the stuff relies on the board, like the Outlast stuff. I mean, the decks are obviously going to be lower power level because the stats are just like. Also, Morph now has Ward, right? In modern day and age. Well, it's a good sign that we're drafting this. Because look at all the. Could just take this guy. We go heavy blue. A good defensive card. Stalker is fine. This is fine. The issue with this is that a lot of the morphs are 5 power. Tormenting Voice. Wally Dasher. I'm not a fan of Wally Dasher. I know some people were high on that, but Defiant Strike is just good. And we have a prowess card already, but Defiant Strike works really well with Treasure Cruise. No, Wally Dasher, I mean, had its moments and has his decks. It's actually like a serviceable card because like red doesn't have a lot of good aggressive stuff, but it's such an all-in card. Wally Dasher is by far the best in red-green where you have the boons and the trampling tricks. There is not that many other tricks in the format. Feat of Resistance, not that bad. Okay. Blue-white. I mean, this is not even a bad card, but it's kind of weird with end hostilities. I'm a big fan of Snakeskin. Oh, what a weird draft. Okay. Whenever one or more cards are put into exile, that many 1/1 counters. Imagine that with Treasure Cruise, but still pretty bad. There's a Soothsayer, but that's so out of what we're doing. I'll take the best common in this set. Maybe we can get enough Horde Chiefs to get Trumpet Blast going and just cut the end hostilities. There's a land as well. I'll take that and try to wield the strike. We can be like a prowess deck. Prowess tempo, blue-white. Nothing that exciting. Take a divination for 4. I guess that's our plan. I don't know. There's like this warrior stuff with Horde Chief is kind of crazy, but I haven't seen much black. Do I play the this thing? We would have to splash a Bring Glow. Okay. I mean, to be fair, Defiant strikes and these can solo, so I don't hate that. Maybe we don't have lands we could pick up, but right now we don't have a reason to splash. We can pick up some, I don't know, Jeskai Charms or... But I honestly just want the second Treasure Cruise, then we can justify end hostilities, because we can play both sides of the plan. So probably just that, because it's so good in the deck over the land. We need a Seeker or Elder or some white Jeskai, whatever the card is. Monk, the 1/3 prowess. Like I would want 3 of those. So if we go all in on tempo, I'm just taking cancel probably over kill shot. I'll take a kill shot, I don't know. You can still see playing it. What? What? A what? A Soothsayer pick 9. I mean, we need better 2-drops. We need better 2-drops. This also super late. Oh, this is at least a morph. Create X-tap 2/2s. So no 2-drop. Really good. Man, our black-white would look pretty insane. Fine. Come on, 2-drops. We just need Jeskai Elders or whatever the card is. Or Seeker, preferably. But Seeker is an uncommon. Everybody knows how good it is. That's a bomb. Funny enough is this might be okay in this deck. So we can try to wheel it. By the way, the Piercer is great, but we can bounce. Well, it's other tapped creatures. Would be sick if it bounced itself. No, but then it's hard to pull that. Like it would be even weird with the end hostilities. Still insane card. What is that? No. Another strike, but strike wheels. Not seeing elders is rough. Chill is good. Counter spell is fine. I probably still play End Hostilities, even though it's not a great pick. I mean, it's not a great plan. But with 2 Treasure Cruises and card draw, I can get behind it. Otherwise, we loot it away with Elder. Do you have any other looting? With Force Away. That can actually come up because these grow to 4. Surveil might be good. What kind of surveil? There was no surveil back then, was it? But like, what's really good with Treasure Cruise is like cards like Defiance, right? Because you just can't trip them; they end up in the yard. They make they're kind of land or else for Treasure Cruise. Port Chief gets awkward if we don't get more 2-drops. Oh, with this you mean? Oh, there was surveil. It wasn't a mechanic back then. They wrote it now. No, but it's awkward because this is you're minus a card. Like that's just bad. Block is something good. Man, this deck with like 2 elders, we're not gonna see them. Because usually a card that doesn't go that high doesn't really matter. Yeah, we're not gonna get more 2-drops, unfortunately. This is super late. I think if this deck has two Jeskai elders, it's actually insane. Now the lack of 2-drops is a little bit sketch. Well, we're gonna play the 3/6. I'm glad I took the skill shot. There's definitely a 16 lander with so many cantrips. What do we cut? Probably Mammoth still. Is Mammoth better than Patrol? Maybe one single. Well, but Singing Bell Strike is actually kind of okay-ish. It's a little bit of a nombo with the Flyer. I think, wow, perfect hand. I don't think I passed a single Jeskai Elder because I would slam it in this draft. Maybe I did to picking end hostilities though, but we didn't have a direction. But it means plus viewership. I mean, obviously, it's hard to tell often also, but there's instances where you can tell. Who ditched the rare? Because I really wanna have Defiant Strike plus a play next turn. And I think Kill Shot is too good versus aggro. I know this is also kind of good for late game or insane, but okay, I'm glad I did that. That actually now we have to get rid of a land, but that's fine because we don't need Defiant Strike this turn. But it's so much easier. Wait, what? Okay, oh, that's pretty good. If I knew that, that's actually really good for them. I'm gonna save a Defiant Strike. What if I keep the Horchiv back? Kinda like Horchiv back. I think here it's still a land. I can see an argument for any of these cards. Most of our stuff is cheap. I'm gonna ditch a land in this case. Because likely we're gonna be able to loot anyway, and this is like a flood reinsurance to do something. I'll leave this back now. I mean, otherwise just attacking with Elder, but it feels like then we're not pressuring enough. The issue gets that... Now maybe this is still better. I don't want to give them a free attack and then they having a Horde Chief or something. Maybe this kill shot. Okay. I should have looted first, but I'm most likely playing this out no matter what. Dude, if we get treasure cruises at one point, they're just free. 1 mana, draw 3 ancestor recalls. Elder's doing too much work. Tempo. Come on, give me a cruise. I want a refill. I'll just block. Azorius go white. I mean, Horde Chief is a plan on its own. This card is so good in this format. Draw a card. Spoiler, they're missing green. Oh, ouch. Treasure Cruise and all our sins are forgiven, right? Well, that's still pretty good. Just gonna do it now. The pump makes it probably good enough to damage. Pretty good card versus what they're doing. But they're on 1 life. Is Wally Dasher a warrior? This is the biggest scam of this format, that Wally Dasher is not a warrior. It still always surprises me how good the format holds up to today's standards. Anti-time, what's up? Yeah, it's a different. I mean, if you haven't played the older limited formats, it's a lot to get used to. I wanna have saved the strike. Well, I could try to hit a, but it's so unlikely that they go 1-drop. I could try to hit a 2-drop actually. That would be the only argument to play it here. But they also need a 1-drop, which like, there are some 1-drops, to be fair. But what I think Khans or older set did really well is what I really miss in Modern Limited. Oh, they actually have a 1-drop. Is that they... Not everybody got a deck in the pot, and I think that was so good. Because you got really punished by drafting weird stuff, or not being disciplined by drafting. And now basically everybody gets a deck, which I don't like. I want the... When you don't read signals well, when you don't recognize a lane, I like it when it's punishing. But I like that there were like sketchy cards in the boosters, or non-playable cards. I mean, I could just wait, I guess. We're taking 3 to draw a land in the process. I'll actually wait. Not completely unplayable commons, but filler cards are really good, yeah. And in general, yeah, bad cards are good for limited. Because once there's a lot of bad cards, you also need to be improvised with the bad cards and make them good. Nowadays, if you have bad cards in the deck, your deck is probably just bad. Okay, we're gonna play that out. Or maybe not, no. I want him to add another creature to the board. But I guess we're fine with that. Why is everybody playing this Garbo card? Crazy. It's pretty good right now, actually, but... We needed to trick them and not play a land thought so we can block, but why would they attack if they have nothing? Do I ever start jamming for 5 kill the chief? Feet of resistance gets us. They're on one card. They do know about the card, but fine. Just 3 to flip. Treasure Cruise is by far the best draw. We have a draw 2 as well, which is pretty good. I'll take any non-land. The thing is, if we want to play around Feet of Resistance, we could like not flip that. But they have one card. And we have this as well. So I guess we flip it. Need to finish the game. I can double pump and still have that up. How annoying is the pump? Because this doesn't match here, this doesn't match here without a pump. Usually the powered one is better, but on this board... Probably still morph it. I want to keep a land, but... Plays around... it doesn't play around anything really, because Smite kills the power. Okay, now it's a treasure cruise waiting room. The Death Toucher is surprisingly good for them. Fire? Okay, that card is actually pretty good. I'm keeping this as a morph so they cannot go. If they have feet, is actually insane for them. Are we just swinging everything next turn? If they tap us down, I think we're just swinging all. Oh no, but it's not lethal, right? Because this only is 1 damage. Never mind. The game went that long, but we still don't have a lot of cards in the yard. I like that more. Let's go. Still adds a blocker. Okay, never mind. Minus 15. I mean, you avoid flooding and screwing by building your decks better. And I think you should get flooded and screwed if you if you build it your deck. Like, okay, yeah, there are occasions where you cannot do much, but I think often people don't do enough. People complain in cons how you get flooded and screwed, but they're not splashing their treasure cruises, or they're not playing their treasure cruises, they're not playing tormenting voices, they're not like there's ways to it's harder though, but that's the beauty of it. Hard makes it more skill intensive. Wow, this card is sick sometimes. Well, I guess End Hostilities versus that matchup is terrible. Yeah, I'll just play it out. I wanna save that, but we need lands. Cause like this would attack through that. Yeah, this gets insanely annoying if we cannot pressure it, and our hand is bad versus that. 770% I'm gonna drop so much on the ladder if I lose. Touch. Probably take one hit. I mean, even if I win, I probably drop. Okay. Because pumping is also pretty good. Well, they could have a free flip. I might want to bounce. Or kill shot it. Hopefully they play another morph here. Let's go. Pretty good. Top kick. Oh, that's a good top kick. The bounce is not that great. Maybe we just need a big flyer. Oh, well, wait. What do they have? 4, 6, 4, 4, 5 plus 4, 9. I don't know, they had a mana up. Because then we give them double draw, right? If we... 1, 2, 3, 4. Kinda wanna just kill a more. But then we have to bounce these next turn. Because then they don't get draws anymore, so if we get any creature, but bouncing this is pretty much value for them. Guess. Wait, but then they lose it. Well, that's good for us. It's really good. So they might mill out. Well, they did draw a card and all, and push damage through. But I'm kind of pretty happy with the outcome. Sure, I mean now they might mill out. We are on 1. We are on literal 1. Might just bounce it at this stage. Because now they're at the point where they probably just cannot cast it anymore, since they are on... What people don't realize, because a lot of people don't go that deep into Magic, but Khan's was such a good balance between tempo and control, big game type of value plan, that it was so hard to determine early in the game, do you go for tempo or do you go for value? And what happens in Modern Limited is you're default playing tempo until a certain part of the game. And that decision is kind of removed from Modern Limited. Most people by default mess up that though, which is funny. In Modern Limited, a lot of people would always go for value, while you should always go for tempo. 99% of the times until turn 5, it's always tempo. This is not true for Magic back in the days. There's also just pure aggro decks in this format, and what a 2-drop does in relation to a morph, when everybody's playing mono 3-drops and stuff like that. I think it's a really deep format, but the cards are not obviously as complex because it's older Magic, but I think it's deep how it's designed, basically. I'll draw here, we don't have any prowess stuff, we just need lands. Come on, more lands. I'll play out either this or that. This is pretty good for late game. Kinda like them using tricks here. We get more time and then everything gets restarted at one point. Oh, charm for that is crazy good for us. That's crazy good. Well, especially if we draw that. Although, I would rather have a land. I don't want to get... Yeah, we just bounced it now. Okay, it's just Absent Guide. This is the most overrated card in this format. It is good, but it's super overhyped. It's super overhyped. Oh bro, can we get lands? But it actually gets now insanely annoying. So it doesn't really make a big difference other than if they play a morph, this is better. So I'm probably just passing, trying to get lands and wipe the board. I could not block to, so maybe they add more. Okay. One more. Okay, now come on land. In 3 draws, we can get a land and win the game on spot. Okay. Off. 4 for 1. It happened with the other ones. Oh, there were 2 absent guides. Mahamoti Jin. Mahamoti Jin used to be a constructed playable. The OG Mahamoti Jin, not this. This was never constructed playable. People that play Final Fantasy, they know about Magic, right? It's not like if they were interested in a game, they would already probably play it. For the short term, probably there's benefit, yeah, for like profits, but I mean, I don't know what that does for long term. That was great. Probably get rid of Adept. From what I've seen, limited will look, but the recent limited formats honestly have been great. The only set I don't like was Duskmorn, like in the last year, but even that's a set that was perceived really well. So it's just my opinion on it, and it was kind of ultimately probably good for limited either way. Could swing if we want to play tempo. We could play more defensively. Could only swing with that to loot more. We're in no hurry and we don't want to give them free rate triggers. Well, that card is insane. Okay. I'm just gonna be patient here. We're giving away value if we... Or value, like everything we're giving away if we attack. Push what 2 damage through. This also untaps early and stuff like that matters. Could be feast, but... Or feast veto resistance. The bird. Maybe. This uses the whole turn to flip it, so it feels like a waste to morph it. I think I'm gonna regret playing this as a morph. But yeah, there's smite punishes us here. So they will flip the 1/1s. If they don't flip it here, yeah, it's spawn here. This card is so freaking insane. Because 4 bodies on 1 card is that can solo if you have a trumpet blast or rush or whatever the pump was. Do this. Man, chill also, what a card. Okay, so it looks like they have the rate thingy, but what can you do? No? One, two. If I play 4 cards, it's +4, +6. No, +4, +5. That's they go to 2. 3 blocks, 3 kills. 4, 5, 6, no 2 kills. Are we dead? No, we'd survive at 2 life. At 1 life. Bro. So this will get bounced. Need to block the 2 power stuff. Could also just bounce the Swift Spear, I guess. Okay, they don't have it. No, they gotta have it. Oh. Fair. Fair. Exaxis. Okay. 2 drop into 3 with a bounce. Oh no way. Oh no way. I'm crying. Arc Lightning is such an insane card. Such an insane card. Especially versus our deck. I mean, our deck doesn't really avoid getting Arc Lightning. We have these also at 1 toughness. What a scam. Well, we can recoup. We have treasure cruises. But that was a scam. Do I ever bounce them for them to not have the 2-3? Probably not. But the 2-3 is another blowout. Full control. No, they might have it, but okay, that's fine. Well, fine. It's not fine really, but What are you gonna do? So I'm blocking the 2-2. Yeah, Horde Chief is crazy. A 3-mana 2-3 wouldn't be bad on its own in this format, especially with a warrior creature type. You would play a 3-mana 2-3 and a warrior creature type. Wait, they revealed that? Especially when we see a Trumpet Blast. Trumpet Blast was actually good in this format, in the right deck. Counter? And this blocks, right? They take one. Probably got a raise still. Maybe we leave that back though. Let them work. We need to have that up. Like another Arc Lightning completely ruins us. Looks like cancel potentially, but... I like how balanced also cancel was in this format. It was at the right spot. It was actually playable. I mean, overall, we're not the aggressor. Not versus Trumpet Blast. And our deck can outgrind this pretty easily. I don't like playing impatiently. This is not modern Magic. This is more civilized. Let's see if this resolves first. Because then we're gonna have a better decision. Okay, I can see why, but that was greedy. Well, guess we had one card. Okay, now we can cook. They probably never trade, but if they trade, that's pretty okay. Because they lose a creature. Trumpet Blast gets worse. They also lose 1 life. If they do that, they lose. So I think we're fine pumping. Evens up because the first one was too insane. So they evened up. Okay, that's actually a problem. We can get a bounce. Chill. Well, the treasure cruise would be insane. I called it. You have to know your deck to draw like that. That's skill. Pre-recorded. Okay, we can still draw lands or no. Is that even good? This can attack. Huh? And 1 damage. That's a 3-for-1 straight up. I'm scared to play this out now, but they need a plains and their own end hostilities. Wait, well, we're dead to... Are we dead to the technique? No, we can block. I mean, this was such a suspicious block that I would say they might have that and need a planes. Or maybe double strike, but there is no Teamer Battle Rage yet. It's in the next set. More flyers. Well, we would win next turn if I overcommitted. Can get a disdain for stroke, but it's their last card. Now this and this can attack. 1000 Winds is actually such an interesting card because it's super hard to play with it. Because sometimes it's so punishing to morph it. And sometimes it's wrong to play it. So... Oh wait. Am I dead? Or I'm not dead. Okay. Why did I... Well, I think we still keep that. Because most of the stuff with... Like, early stuff we have... Well, we have a lot of blue stuff, but we have morphs. And if we get a blue source, it's really good. It's so hard to get a 2-drop in our deck. Now late to the party. Might be still that. Because this needs 2 turns. And we can bounce and loot. Okay, bounce is insane here. It is somewhat awkward. Well, we can still get another 2, but we don't have many 2s. Too good to bounce it. It's a good play next turn. This is really decent versus Teamer. I'm keeping that. I think it's really between those two. Close. That's a problem. They're on 3 cards. +3, Boon. Discord Charm. Okay. Fair or not fair? Do get a loot, but I didn't want to risk it. Was going to 5 is dangerous because of 5 damage. Okay, the classic 5-color aggro. Well, bro. Okay, we're probably dead. But what are you gonna do? We need a mass removal here. No, but we cannot cast it. We cannot cast it. Yep. You have a redraw if they play a 2-drop. But this is a plan. I mean, sometimes people don't have 2-drops. Well, that's a pretty good one. Oh, come on. There we go. Oh, they have 4, but I mean, what are you gonna do? I think we kill it. Too hard to block it. It's one of these decks, yeah. Not like this. We're on 3 cards in the yard. Common lands. That's relatively good, but we need lands. Oh, come on. That freaking hurts. We are dead before we can cast this. What a random scam. Crazy. We need a 8. Just gotta keep these hands. We're a land away from casting stuff. I mean, 2 treasure cruises are awkward, but Elder from the top, something would be good. Or just lands. Everybody's so slow today. This card also can do stuff. Well, now we are the 1 mana screwed as well. Yeah, they were for 1 game. I mean, for 1 turn, but Now it's worse for us. Come on. I don't know what's today with lands. Combo? Combo. 3, 4, 5. I just played that out. Imagine having a defined strike. Morph? Wait. What the hell? We can bounce it. Don't have great attacks though. To bounce it. It's 8, they have 7. Are we fine trading that? Well, they do get life, so probably not. It's impossible to get lands apparently. Can I get this down? They lose if we top deck chill, bounce, 2 chills, 1 bounce. Define strike might be actually really good. Huh? Did that? Or am I missing something? Oh, they couldn't play it. Oh, it's 9. Okay, okay. Thought it was 8. Azurius tempo with a touch of control. This deck really needed Jeskai Elders. I think we wouldn't drop a game if we had 2 Jeskai Elders, but we just haven't seen a single one. Because like the lack of 2 drops was concerning. And some games were carried by End Hostilities versus Warriors especially. Like if this was Jeskai Elder and this was Jeskai Elder, this deck would be so much better. But yeah, good deck either way. Or Seeker, but Seeker is like top 10 cards in this set.